Greetings, Pokéfans! Michael here. The posters are back. Alright. Welcome to the 8th installment of Strange Pokemon Physics. Last semester I took Fluid Mechanics and did quite well in it, so for this SPP I wanted to use my newly acquired knowledge of aerodynamics and apply it to one of the most formidable Pokemon of all time, Garchomp. Garchomp is a dragon ground type introduced in the 4th generation. Even though it can't learn the move Fly, its Pearl Dex entry states that it can fly as fast as a fighter jet. Fighter jets are fast. They're some of the fastest traveling man-made objects on this planet. So, just how fast is Garchomp traveling? Well, fighter jets have a large range of speeds, so it's hard to pin down exactly from this Dex entry alone. However, several of Garchomp's other Dex entries state that it can fly at sonic speeds. So what are sonic speeds? Well, it doesn't mean as fast as that cool blue hedgehog. Sonic means equivalent to the speed of sound, which through air is 343 meters per second or 767 miles per hour. Some other terms you should know is that subsonic means slower than the speed of sound, and supersonic means faster than the speed of sound. Another term you should know is the Mach number. The Mach number refers to how fast something is moving compared to the speed of sound. So, for example, Pidgeot moving at Mach 2 means that it's moving at twice the speed of sound, whereas Garchomp moving at exactly the speed of sound means that its Mach number is 1. So Garchomp is moving as fast as the sound coming from your speakers is getting to your ears, which is really freaking fast. So just how strong does Garchomp have to be to move at the speed of sound? One quick note before I move on with the video, while Pidgeot is faster than Garchomp and I could do these exact same calculations for Pidgeot, I decided I wanted to do Garchomp instead, simply because Pidgeot traveling at Mach 2 has been talked about and analyzed in the Pokemon community many times over, so I'm gonna stick with Garchomp. When analyzing Garchomp flying at Mach 1, the main thing we have to look at here is the drag force. The drag force is the force applied on an object as it moves through a fluid, and it's affected by the density of the fluid and the shape, size, and speed of the object. Since Garchomp is moving at a constant velocity, its acceleration is 0, so the net force on it is 0. That means that the force Garchomp is exerting is equal to the drag force. So how do we calculate this? Well, this is the formula for the drag force on an object. We have the approximate density of air and we know how fast Garchomp is moving, so what we need is the drag coefficient and the frontal area of Garchomp. The drag coefficient is a value determined by the object's shape, and while my fluids textbook doesn't have a drag coefficient value for a large dragon-like land shark, it does have one for a large bird, which I'm going to use to approximate here since Garchomp with its arms and wings spread out is somewhat like a large bird. And yes, this means I could also do Pidgeot, so maybe I will someday. As for frontal area, I used this screenshot, not this screenshot, this screenshot of Garchomp from the anime. I traced its shape onto graph paper. Seriously though, look what I did! I did this for science! Using the approximate height of Garchomp's head, I estimated that Garchomp's frontal area while flying like that is around 0.2 square meters. I also ignored the area of its arms and wings because they'd be flapping too much to be consistent. Plugging all these values into the drag force formula, we get that the drag force exerted on Garchomp when it's traveling at the speed of sound is 5,880 newtons, or 1,322 pounds. Considering we've seen Garchomp fly in the anime by flapping its wings, which means that's how it's powering itself, you really do not want to take a dragon claw from this guy. With this force in Garchomp's mass, we can calculate that its acceleration with no forces opposing it, since I'm ignoring the drag force for this part of the calculation since it'd be a function of time and that's more complicated than I was willing to get for this video, is 61.9 meters per second squared, which means that it would reach the speed of sound from rest in 5.5 seconds. So even if you tried to avoid Garchomp's dragon claw, there's a pretty good chance you could not. So there we have it! Garchomp is a creature that can move as fast as sound and is probably something you really want to keep your distance from. What did you think of this video? Did you learn something? What are some other Pokemon you want to see on SPP? Let me know in the comments below! And if you like this video, be sure to hit like, follow me on Twitter and Facebook, and subscribe if you haven't. Also be sure to check out my second channel, JMikeyG, where I do some fun comedy and educational stuff that's not Pokemon related, so go check it out. Alright, that's all I have for now, so till next time, Pokefans. Gotta catch them all!